Last year, you said, and I'm going to quote you, anyone running for president should be prepared to, quote, lose the primary to win the general election without violating your principles. What hot-button issues would you be willing to separate yourself from, say, the right wing of your party to carry out that philosophy?
Yeah, now, when I said that, I don't mean I'm going to go out of my way to lose the primary, because then you have no chance of winning the general. But the simple point is, I think people are so disaffected and believe and so cynical about politicians and politics, they don't want to hear someone say, well, I'm for this now, and then immediately shift back to another position for the general election. Those days, if they ever existed, are over. So I have views that are different than some in our party, and that's what we'll sort out. If I'm a candidate, I'll go. Well, I'm not going to back down on views on immigration, for example. I think we have an immigration problem. It's a system that's broken. The legal system is broken. We need to narrow family petitioning and expand economic immigrants. We need to enforce the law. And we can't use this, keep having this be a political issue when we're missing the opportunity to create high growth that everybody could benefit from.
Well, let me just ask you about that. You have said in the past that you do support a path for legal citizenship and residency for the 11 million people here in this country that are here illegally. A lot of your opponents say that's amnesty.
Right.
Do you still favor a path to citizenship for these people?
I'm for a path to legalized status where people get a provisional work permit, where they pay taxes, pay a fine, learn English, don't commit crimes, don't receive federal government assistance, and where they earn legal status. They don't earn citizenship. They don't cut in line with people that have been patiently waiting on the outside. That, it seems to be a fair system. But those that are opposed to that or call that amnesty don't have a plan really to deal with the 11 million people that are here illegally.
Well, President Obama, as you well know, has taken several executive actions on immigration. Would you overturn those actions that he took if you're elected?
I think the Supreme Court's going to overturn them. I think it's unconstitutional. I mean, I've read the law. I've written a book about this, and I'm kind of all in on the immigration subject. And the simple fact is, he doesn't have the authority to do what he did. He knows that, and he's doing this for political purposes to create a wedge for Democrats to win elections, I think.
Well,
I think that's their view. So now, going forward,
if the Supreme Court doesn't overturn it? Would you void those actions?
The solution ought to be to change the law, and that's what I would do as President of the United States. Change the law to create a different status for those so-called DREAM Act kids than other people. I mean, if you've come here when you were a kid.
But you could just overturn those as the new president. You could issue another executive order.
Sure, but I think we need to fix the whole immigration system.
So you wouldn't just do that?
No, I think it ought to be one of the first priorities for substantive policy changes is fixing a broken immigration system, and this will be part of that.
Let me ask you about Social Security. You recently said you favor raising the retirement age for Social Security. To what age?
I think it needs to be phased in over an extended period of time. I've seen ideas that are 68, for example. So people that already have this supplemental retirement system, which is a contract, I don't think we violate that. For people that are about ready to be beneficiaries of their supplemental retirement, I don't think we change that. But we need to look over the horizon and begin to phase in over an extended period of time, going from 65 to 68 or 70. And that by itself will help sustain the retirement system for anybody under the age of 40.
What about means testing?
I think it ought to be considered, for sure.
You do think so?
I do so, yeah.